I'm going to my poor daughter because her hopes, man, they were so high going into her freshman year. She's all excited about Indiana basketball. They're picked to win the Big Ten. Everything's good, right? It's going to be easy. She doesn't know any better. And Xavier Johnson gets hurt. I mean, think about it. Indiana won at Xavier. They won at Xavier. That's a hell of a win. You look at it now, it's one of the best wins in the country. But Xavier Johnson goes down, and then the whole season changed at Iowa. They're up 20, and then Race Thompson goes down. And Race was dominating at that point. And the whole game flipped, and they end up losing that game. And you don't have Race, and then you lose the last game, Northwestern at home. Brutal beat. I mean, kills you. And then tonight, you go to Penn State and you get blown out. You're not guarding the three-point line at all. Again, you know, Trace Jackson Davis got too much on his plate. He's battling a back injury. You know, I know I'm coming up with excuses right here, Mac, but I think they're valid excuses. I really do.
Well, we talked about this before air, and you know, I think I'm a little bit more empathetic than you are. Yeah. You know, I think that, like, you know, I said them losing Race Thompson was a killer, and you're like, he averages whatever he averages, you know, but I think that when you think about Xavier Johnson and you think about Race Thompson, what I think about most is their competitiveness, their toughness, their nastiness. And the fact is, to me, if they're going to be a really good team, they're going to have that type of identity. You know, it just can't be all skills and shooting the ball, and that's a big part of it. But that toughness has been lost a little bit because those were the two toughest players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't surprise me. You know, Iowa's a tough place to play. Penn State's got a really good team, but they're going to have to figure out just those intangibles with losing those two guys.
At this point, it's just get in the tournament. That's what I told my daughter tonight. I'm like, you need them to get in the NCAA tournament in any way they can. And, you know, they're not going to win the league now. We know that. They're what, 1-3? What are they, 1-3 now in the league? You know, they got to find a way. And they've got two great players. To me, Jalen Hood-Schifino. You know, it's a tough one because Xavier Johnson going down was like a double whammy.
They're 1-4.
They lost Xavier Johnson, and they're going to lose Jalen Hood-Schifino after his freshman year because of that, where they probably would have kept him maybe for another year because he wouldn't have put up these numbers. He wouldn't have got all the opportunities he's getting now and had to shoulder the load. But, yeah, I mean, listen, you know, to me, they hadn't really proven anything to warrant Big Ten preseason favorite, but you got to give it to somebody. And they returned everybody from a team that ended up going to the tournament last year.
They're 1-4 in the Big Ten.
1-4.
They are home. They're 13th right now. It's early, but still, I mean, you've lost to Penn State and you lost at home to Northwestern.
Right.
So when you do that, now Saturday they're home to Wisconsin, then they're at Illinois, and then they play Michigan State.
There's no easy ones really in that league right now, other than Minnesota.
They have them January 25th. Yeah,
but you got to win this one against Wisconsin at home. It's not a must win, but it's kind of a stop the bleeding. You need to win.